Hey guys, I want to talk to you now about the experience on Earth of wondering, what if, guys, what if we could do something better than being human? And let me tell you, there's nothing better than being human. That's my stance. If I was elected president today, I would make that my stance. Stay human. Um, Regardless of what you think you might be able to do, let me tell you that there's nothing better than the things we already do on Earth and the way we do them. So let me just vouch and just be the official advocate or representative. If I said I was a representative from California, I would have the floor honorarily, at least just to say this. That you don't think there's anything better in your entire world than, hanging out with your friends and doing the stuff you want to do, but not specifically because I got much more to say. Trust me, I'm not a simple man. But let me just say that a lot of things sound good to you in theory until you really think about them, but then once you really think about them, it's too late. So maybe you should just sometimes trust your elders, trust their opinions, trust their to say, and just know that you can't always know everything, because maybe there's someone watching out for you who's got your back, and you don't always know, because maybe it's the hand that guides you and leads you without you ever knowing, that keeps you safe. As my grandma once said, yea, though I walk through the valley of evil, I fear no death, for the Lord is my shepherd. So I truly believe that if you're faithful in God and faithful in life, that nothing will ever harm you, because in God's eyes, the lamb is the holiest of animals. So anyway, what I say next is if you have ever seen the movie The Matrix, that is just an interesting movie. And my favorite part of the movie is Keanu Reeves' impression of whenever he learns Kung Fu. He goes, I know Kung Fu! And that is just like the funniest, I don't know, thing I've ever heard an actor or a person or a character in a role or whatever it is just say or be uttered. But anyway, I love that. So that's just something awesome about that I love, or that I pointed out or noticed about the movie The Matrix. So anyway, on a completely different note, something that's really funny to me is the one quote, which I can't argue with, is the one guy in the Matrix who was like, after they wake up, and he's the guy who's like, man, I wish I'd taken the red pill. He's the guy who's like, there's someone says like, Neil's the one. The guy just goes, well, how could he be the one? Well, I get confused now, but anyway, my friend Neil said this to me one time when we were wrestling. It's just the funniest quote I can think of, because you can't argue with it. If someone argued they were the one, and someone argued like, how can you be the one? I don't know. I'm not arguing anymore. I'm done. Anyway, I think what the point is if well, I don't know. Sometimes you're on a ship, and sometimes there's that one guy, and it's like, God, it's that guy. Jesus Christ, what do I do? Anyway, well, there's my coffee. If you saw my other video about Tinder, you know that I like my coffee iced. It's kind of like one of the rules in the house, or in my house. It's my policy in my house. Sorry, actually, I'll stick with that word. It's my house policy that I always have my coffee iced. So if you come over and you're a girl and I make coffee for you, I'm gonna by default put ice into it, unless you're a girl who is just fuego enough to maybe talk me into giving it to you hot. In which case, I don't know. Maybe I'll just respect you. Because if you got the Latina Fury, I mean, I'll see that. I see you. I see your Latina Fury. I don't see you now, but I'd see you. I'll see you, and I'll see about it. If your Latina fire can, spark something in me where I respect you. So, other than that, I've got some coffee here, and well, I like the way I like it. So, anyway, come off my world. But as I was saying, some things in life are just super cool, like the way things already exist. Like, I don't know, Fuego and the entirety of South America and just like the arts of South America. Also, I love African music. I think it's technically formally called world music, but it's so good, like the travel beats and all that stuff. It's so awesome. Also, I love like historic cultures. I love civilizations. I hate how some cultures are trying to like abandon their culture and like their past like legacy and like their history to try to just modernize. And it's like, look, you can do all this stuff. You can go on YouTube and you can broadcast yourself on YouTube and you can watch TV and you can vote in elections. But it doesn't mean you have to like go and like burn down your museums. Like none of those things are like corollary. And if you need more places to live, maybe you should talk to like some people in Europe or some private companies about researching sustainable farming or sustainable living, because I know a company I read about in Popular Science, or maybe it was scientific, I don't know whether they're companies or what, but it's a research group that theorized building an underground city somewhere in Europe. I want to say it was in I don't actually know where it was. I'd have to look up the article. Anyway, it was one of the most fascinating articles I ever saw. Is anyone on Earth wondering about sustainable living and stuff like that? Before you burn down any more forests, before you burn down any museums or any UNESCO World Heritage Sites, let me tell you, why don't you just try digging underground? You can fit a lot of people under there, and you won't pollute the environment. And I think it'd be awesome and a great idea. So check that out. And if you need people for it, just go hire people if you need new jobs. I mean, you could probably find enough people to fill all the roles you need to make that happen. And is anything you feel is more important than that, throw it to my shell, UB00 team, and let me just tell you, I can't, as a person who I feel has executive level thinking ability, tell you where it would go any further down on the project funnel than being like, a huge priority. So in my mind, that gets like DG4 immediately. So push that to the top and make that a priority. Because if your people have any place to live and you're gonna start detrimenting the world you live in to the point where you can't live there anymore, that's going to be a huge problem. And looking down the line, it's like just looking forward, that path is kind of like, you're going to want to go towards the sides of, having a sustainable living environment, because that's kind of a big deal. So anyway, a special shout out to my Shell team, to all you guys who I worked with in Houston, who we stayed up putting together a presentation. I got the experience of learning about the Robbie, working on the Robbie project and learning about the Shell project process, which is like one of the coolest things I've ever learned. I love it. I love the Shell project execution process. It's like one of the best things on earth. It's like exactly like something that appeals to my mind, and like that kind of job is like the most interesting thing to me in the entire world. It's like what I would do as one of my dream jobs for sure. So like, if maybe somewhere farther down the line, if you ever need me for like a formal project execution job, something on earth, I'll look at my LinkedIn. I don't know what's gonna be on there at that point in time, but if you just see this video and like, this guy, based on his LinkedIn profile and like how we view his actual abilities by like observing him, like they do in like leadership evaluation classes and courses and stuff like that, or if I am someone who meets your criteria, then by all means send me a line on LinkedIn and I'll check it out whenever I check it out. But I'd love to do something like that because I love applying my abilities and my intelligence to do something useful and productive for the world. If it feels like a waste of my time, I'll probably pass it by, because first of all, I don't know what it is or what it can be, so please don't think there's any ulterior motive or judgment there. But I do try to say that I do realize what things I would consider to be a waste of my time, and if things are a waste of my time, I pass them up, because time management is something that I take very seriously. Because as an executive, I'm not going to waste my time doing things that I can easily just make sure is handled by someone who is appropriately able to handle that. So cheers. This is only coffee, by the way, so I don't think I'm drinking this early in the morning. But anyway, that just concludes my talk about loving life and living it up as a human being on Earth. So that being said, work-life balance is a big thing. If you don't believe me, ask my line manager. He values it too. So I'll let you guys go. But get back to life, and hope you're having fun.